So, welcome to the CONF-SPML 2024. Today we're going to talk about intrusion detection using machine learning, and I am chairing this workshop, which I am Dr. Stavros Shailis, and I'm reading here at the University of Portsmouth. So a little bit of this session contents. We'll have the intrusion detection systems, detection methods, and some conclusions on this matter. So, first, what is IDS? Probably you already know. So, IDS, it's software, basically, or it could be hardware, but the hardware is running the software in the end. So it's a product that is monitor events occurring on the system and network, and basically analyze for signs of intrusion. Intrusion are defined, let me say here, as attempt to compromise the confidentiality, integrity, availability, which CIA is the fundamental things of cybersecurity. So basically, these systems, intrusion detection systems, they are sniffing inside the traffic, and they try to find attacks based on some signatures they have, and these are reported to a system. Okay, they're reported to the admin. What is an IDS in general? It's what isn't an IDS? IDS is not an access control system, is not an identification authentication system, is not an encryption system, is not a firewall. It's a different, completely system. All of these are additional layers, additional systems which you can use to elevate the CIA, to elevate the access control, to protect basically more the systems. So one of them is also IDS. So how we can have an analogy of what is an IDS and what is firewall and what all of these systems? IDS considered as the cameras which they are monitoring, the CCTV system which is monitoring the space. Firewall considered like the door. Access control or authentication, which they are going together, considered as the smart card that you have to access the door, or the lock key. Okay. Vulnerability scan considered as the guard, which is sitting there and monitoring the premises, and security management considered as the office where people are sitting around the computer and monitor all of these things happening. Countering intrusions. First, we need to basically differentiate between IDS and IPS. So IDS and IPS in the fundamentals, they do the same thing, monitoring malicious activity on the network. However, the main difference between them is IPS is a prevention system, so it monitors but also take actions. IDS is just monitoring and storing the log files, which they can later be analyzed and come into some results or some decisions. The problem is with attacks, with IDS, you don't stop the attack, it will come inside, but it will be reported. With IPS, the idea is to block the attack. Also, there are various ways, both they can be implemented. They can be added after the firewall, and normally you want a tap or a span port on the switch, which basically all the traffic is sent to it. This is better for the IDS because it's monitoring the traffic. In the case of IPS, it's better to be in line. So you add it after the firewall, you passing the firewall based on the rules about ports, then it's moving to the IPS, and after it pass here and you stop or allow the attack, it's going to the switch. Detections methods. We have misuse, anomaly, specification-based detection, and hybrid detection. So what's the difference? Misuse detection is based on the comparison of the system activity to predefined patterns of the events. Anomaly is based on the assumption that misuse or intrusion, basically you have differentiate based the historical norm. So you have historical, this is what's happening in these devices. We have this amount of traffic coming in and coming out. So whatever is outside this normal is basically anomaly. Specification-based detection is based on rules. So you have specific rule which is looking inside the packet in order to match this specific rule, like regex, etc. And hybrid detection has a combination of various detection modes. Okay. Comparing anomaly with misuse detection. So the problem with that is with anomaly we are prone to false alarms. We have often require extensive training period, can often detect new and not previously known attacks, and can serve as a source of information for misuse detectors. Misuse detection in the other way is better at detecting attack without generating overwhelming number of false alarms. That's the main issue with research, the false alarms. This is what many people are doing in terms of IDS in order to reduce the false positive and false negative on the IDS. That's the reason that they use AI, and they introduce AI and many other methods available in the literature review. Misuse does not require training, must be updated with the new signatures, it could fail to detect variants, etc. In order to solve all of these problems, both of them, they are being used, and is using a combination of signatures and AI for anomaly detection, and they found better results. In terms of responding mechanisms, we have the passive and active. Is what I differentiate between IDS and IPS. So IPS is active, IDS is passive. So it's just listening and it just alert administration, the SSO team, etc. The need for automated responses. As I said, we have many false positive, false negatives, and all of this, we have a changing in the networking and the nature of attacks and all of these systems happening. With new methods. So new methods, the researchers, they propose many new methods. They propose statistical methods, features which they use in order to do better detection, fuzzy, image recognition. There are many methods available, but all of these methods were nice until the latest year, which with the advances of AI and machine learning, we have better results and better suggestions of methods, and they are really improved in terms of detection. We're reaching now 97–99% accurate detection. So they are very good currently, the systems that they are being developed and they produce from research in the last years. And also because of all of this, the changing of nature of attacks, the network infrastructure are getting larger and larger and more devices. We need this automation in order to stop attacks. Else, we will have a lot of trouble. So here is some statistics about how important is to have the attack in the right time. So based on the statistics and the responses from some research happened, here is the success rate of a skilled attacker. So if 80% who have a success rate, 80%, if the response is issued in 10 hours. So the attacker will have 80% success rate, okay? If you have response in 20 hours, he has 95%. And after 30 hours, it's 100% the success rate of the attacker. So if we manage to stay below 10 hours, it will be good, I will say. But ideally, is to be in this 0% success rate if the response is instant. So even in the next seconds, you take a measure, block this IP, block this event, block this service running, then the attacker, he, she, whatever, has 0% success rate. So, what we conclude from this? Intrusion detection systems are very important in the defense against attackers, but it's also very challenging area because of the changing of networks, the changing of attacks that they're going through. And the AI is an important part now that is helping the systems to become better. Questions?
Yeah. So what is the risk of AI performing this kind of mitigation?
The risk of AI performing this mitigation is high because you need to train it well in order to get the correct decisions. Because taking the wrong decision will maybe have your network going down completely. So I will say it only, okay, it's good to have instant access, but we need to move it to what we call explainable AI. So the AI will run, but also reporting to you. And you know the result, what will happen.